So now, did you want to play with her, or you want me to just kind of? Okay. Hi. Yeah, she'll be a fun box to play with for sure. I like the ones that have a history.
She's a Morgan.
She's got there's like different Morgans, and there's like, this is like the Roman nose looking Morgan.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem like she's got a lot of fire in her feet either, which a lot of Morgans do. Like she seems.
She gets turned out. Like she'll do airs above ground and stand up, and sometimes in turnout, and she's a little moody when you ride her.
Yeah, she's already undecided what we're doing and whether or not she's into it, because she's flicked her ears kind of forward and back a couple times already. Not necessarily aggressive, but I'm not sure I want to do this. Like with minimal personality attitude.
She's looking at me saying, "Is this good, Mom? We're going to do this?" Yes, we are.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other horse. I'll ask her to cross her front feet over. She might be more receptive. But what's going to be nice for her is to learn that it's not a whole lot. A lot of horses that have a school horse history, it's like when they're asked to do something, it's like until they're told not to, until they're told they're done. So this is almost a good confidence builder in your relationship, is that I'm not asking for that much. So, they tend to be more interested in what you're asking for then. Good. So a horse like her too, I would do a lot of walking away after we've accomplished something, to kind of like mentally break her off of it. This way she doesn't feel like I'm just doing to her. And I'd stay more interesting.
Does it seem to you like she's done this before?
I'm sure she understands yields to a certain degree. Now she's decided that, this is no fun. There we go. Good. Is there a place you like to be scratched? You strike me as a blinders. You have a place? That's good. 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 That was nice. So she does not care for that particular spot to be scratched. All right, I'm learning. Nope. Kind of. I'll give it to you. Don't leave me. So by position, I'm blocking her from that forward, which will cause her to go across the back. I'm going to ask for that same. So she voices her opinion with kind of every touch. This is okay. I get it. We took you from your hay. So I'm going to tip her head and ask her hindquarters to cross over.
So the head tip is the hindquarters.
Yes, and the reason for the head tip is that if she thought she wanted to kick me, she'd be less likely to be able to. It's a safety thing. And it does help them, because when you're teaching them, when you're on their back and you want them to disengage the hindquarters, it's an indirect rein. So tipping their head and asking for the indirect rein, it's the same thing. I know, you're going to get interested in me, I promise. You're just not sure you want to be yet. I get it.
And how are you determining that? Is there ears?
She has a very deliberate approach at me. She's coming at me, where she didn't respect my personal space, where I'm going to see if she can learn this back up right now, because she's not respecting my personal space. So now it's a little bit like if I was in a herd with her, this is where I would probably pin my ears, or I would actually throw a kick, because she's encroached in my personal space. That would be.
And this is one we can't turn out with anybody, Morgan just reminded me of. She doesn't, she'll kick everybody.
Yeah, she's definitely got a boss thing going.
Yeah. For sure.
Now, if you notice, she's doing more of the shuffle than she is the crossover, and that's like self-preservation. That's if she needed to go, she would be able to go because she never disengaged herself. So she's not as likely to do it. See how she'll shuffle? She'll go from heel to heel. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, I know. You're not into me yet. I get it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Not this side. So like if she seems like she's kind of getting it, I'm not going to over drill it, but that's something you would definitely work on refining. She gets the concept of it. She's, she probably was never asked to do it specifically this way, but she does understand yielding. She may not understand rhythmic yielding, which is what I'm going to do now, which is the whole yoga ball thing. And since she's a pushier horse, she's going to push against me before she's going to yield away from me. She'll probably throw her head up.
You gotta clap on that one. I'm gonna tell you, Dr. Kirsten.
There you go. Good. Good. You're right. You're right. Go with it. There's the head up. You just didn't do it when I said you would. That's all. There. Nice pop. Do you hear that pop?
She had a nice adjustment.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Keep thinking. Keep thinking. Oh, that's kind of forward. We didn't teach her.
Aiming for your foot a little bit there.
We didn't teach her back. Yeah, see, the ears are telling me a lot too. We didn't teach her the backup yet, so I might want to do that because she's got too much forward going for that. So I'm going to help her back, which is not going to make her like me very much right now. Back, it's a very dominant thing. Back. There you go. That's right. That's it. Back. Back. Kind of. I'm going to give it to you. Back. 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 There. There you go. I know. We took you away from your food for this, huh? Back. Back. Nope, not forward, not forward. See, that was the wrong answer. So the wrong answer I got louder about, because then you'll create the gray if she's allowed to say the wrong answer. So your volume is please, 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 please in increments as she decides or not, or doesn't decide to do it. But once she does something wrong, you get loud to correct it. Okay? So that's why I got louder about it. Now, if they back up true, they'll back up straight. So if she's really backing up because you asked her to back up, she'll back up straight. If she starts shuffling off to the side, she's evading you, it's different. She's not backing up. So if you reward that, you're going to reward the evasion. So you want to be careful that it's always a straight back step. because I'm off to the side, which is just because I'm gonna help her with the chest, but she could eventually decide she's gonna evade that and go off to the side, and I don't want her to do that, so that's a good backup step. Back. Yep, you got it. You were right. You were right. You should have rolled with it. Back. 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 Pay attention. Back. Back. There you go. Back. 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 There you go. That's a good girl. Back. Back. That's a good girl. Oh, don't nudge me. Back. 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 Good. Good girl. So I bit off a little bit by asking for 2 steps, but she was ready for it. Yes. She's actually the horse you would want to quickly put puzzles for, because she's shut down and to the point of not wanting to play. But I think if you gave her something to keep her mind busy, she'd very quickly become engaged in doing stuff.
And she'd be happy to have a job that she was, interested in.
Yeah, and that she truly understood. Because often lesson horses they get their job means stay out on the rail, or the trainer's going to jump on me and beat me. A lot of times that's kind of how a lesson horse grows. But she may not have ever been allowed to have a language that allows her to do something she gets, So by asking her to back up now was just so I could but don't go forward, because I'm going to ask her to yield now and see if we can communicate, but don't go forward. Good. Oh, nice looking shoe. Yeah, that's a nice looking shoe.
So the licking shoe is, says, I get it?
Yep, it just means they registered something. It could be she registered there's a truck out there, but generally speaking, it's in connection to something you just did. Okay, don't go forward. Came back. Came back. Yep, you're right. Good girl. Girl, yeah, you're right. So I'm going to ask her to come towards you guys. She'll probably throw her head back up again. Good. Don't go forward. Good. Yep, you're right. Excellent. You don't want to set yourself off balance. She's like, ooh, food is being delivered. The delivery guy is here. I gotta go get my wallet. Yep, you're right. Good girl. So now, like a horse like her, I would give her just a complete mental break.
Oh. And that was much rejoicing. That was pretty cool. You hadn't thought of that yet, had you?
Nope, not yet. So we're gonna try from this side now. Yep. You're right. Nope. Yep. Don't go forward. You are right. Yep. You got it. Good. One more. So also, when their head is down, good. Nope. Yep. Don't go forward. You don't, horses will learn how to stay distracted enough that you can't get anything done. So, like, you don't want to spend a lot of time going, okay, pay attention. Okay, pay attention, we're going to do something. Okay. And then they'll do something else. You're like, no, come, pay attention. So, like, if she were to suddenly drop her head and I was already telling her to do something, I would just come down here. I would follow her, so that way she can't get away with coming up with something else to do, because they'll make their own games real quick. So I'm going to ask her to do the hind yield with the rhythmic. First I'm gonna tilt my head, which means something, and then I'm gonna give her some energy, and when she crosses over, I'm gonna let her be. It's a very dominant thing to ask of her, so she's getting slightly pushy on me for it.
She's actually one who does not want to lunge. Like, she's a very difficult horse to lunge.
I guarantee you it's because she doesn't understand it. I guarantee you could have her, let me see what I can do. I might even be able to get her to do it for you with a language where she'll understand it.
She wasn't understanding me. Correction, Morgan said she got to do it.
Oh, okay.
I think I might be tilting my head a certain way that's telling her to turn in or something. I definitely was doing something that made her confused.
Good. Good. Well, and I don't lunge. I do circles, but there's usually like 2 or 3 laps and I change directions. So one of the things that I'll teach them is how to change directions on a circle, but I teach them on the wall first. Pay attention to me. There you go. There. Yeah, I know. So she's getting a little offended with me. Yeah. Good. Good girl. So like, if I was to ask her to back up, back, which you just learned, but I think you know it, back, yep, back. Now, if I were to give her direction on the front feet and I want her to go that way, I'm going to tell her nose to go that way by direction. You see, I'm not pulling her nose.
Right.
And often, you don't want to point the way you want them to go because you pull them on top of you. If you see the tension on that line, it's bringing her to me.
Yeah.
So I always say to point like you're going to point behind them. Look over there. So that way it gives them a better sense of direction of where they want you to go, where you want them to go. So I'm just going to help her a little bit here. Yep. Nope, don't come forward. Yep. Nope, but listen. You don't, I know. Come here. It may look like something you know, but it's not. Go. Good. See?
I saw that.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
Try this again without being like that. What do you think? Yep. See? How about that being all?
Now she's licking you. She's giving you the love.
No. So the reason I got loud just now is because she came unpleasantly.
She did.
Good girl.
See it.
Yep, there you go. Pleasant face. Okay, I'm going to give that to you, only because I was kind of bringing you forward, but you're going to stop coming at me with those ears, okay? So you're going to back up. You're going to back up. Okay, so I'm going to try this a little different. Stop. Yeah, there you go. Okay, ready? I'm going to help her a little bit. Nope, don't go forward. Yep, don't have to get offended, just listen. Yep. I'm going to help you. Yep, there. Okay.
So that one is definitely different than the side step head turn thing. That's I want you to go in this direction.
Yeah.
It's your invisible steering wheel.
Yes. Stop. Thank you. So now I can use my wiggle to stop her from walking forward when I don't want her to walk any closer to me, so I can start protecting my personal space. She's quite rude about the personal space. So I'm going to ask her to step towards you. I'm going to tell her not to come forward, but to go that way. Yep. Don't come forward. Go that way. Yep. Don't go forward. I know, it takes you a minute. I get it. What are your other options?
So
Yep.
it's not high contact.
There you go. What's that?
So it's not hind leg right now, it's front leg.
Front legs, yep. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to establish what a circle means to her, because she's already mad about it, so she knows it means something, but she doesn't like what it means, so I want to help her with that. So there's a box thing.
Yeah. So the box in that was like, so for the video's sake, the box is like, what's a horse coming with? What's all the things in the box that
Yep.
you learn?
This is her box of goodies that may not be good to her, or they may be. You know, she may have some really cool training inside this box. So this I'm not going to allow. There you go. So now I'm going to let her off the hook because I got a pleasant half pass there. And half pass not meaning dressage half pass.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build on something that she clearly has a bad opinion about. Because whatever part of being lunged is in her box is not something she enjoyed. And probably, if you go back to the school horse thing, they lunge them thinking they're going to lunge the buck out of them before a lesson program begins for the day. And they're just running circles, mindless. So I'm going to tell her there's more to it. So I'm going to tell her to back up a step. Back. 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 Good. And tell her to go that way. Yep. Yep. You're right. So I'm holding her hand a little bit right now. And I'm going to ask her if she can stop.
Oh, I see. So the head thing, you're disengaging is stopping.
Yes.
Duh. By the way, I used to be smart. Front leg, I got the stop.
Back. 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 Yep. Yep. No, you're right. You're right. Good girl. You're right. Keep going. So I'm going to wait for a little bit more of a pleasant look because she knows what I want now. And when she gives a better look on her face, she'll be allowed to stop, but until she gives a better look, I'm not going to allow her to stop. Okay, that was kind of a combination of two things I would have looked for. So her head down was one thing, and then she put her ears up in that split second too.
Yeah.
So like I didn't reward her quite fast enough where she wasn't going to make that connection as to that being what I rewarded her for. But I know, I know. Nope, nope, nope. So I'm going to get loud because she came into my space kind of abruptly. Yep. So I call what she just did a drive-by. So I'm going to teach her the word out, out. Good girl. Might have been because she looked at something else, I don't care. They'll make the connection eventually. Back. And I always start it with a backup. Good. So that they know what the game is. Yep. Yep. Come on, follow through. Yep. Nope. Yep. Good girl. Out. Girl. Nope. 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 girl. You're getting it. Okay.
So now you've taught her these 5 signals, and now you can do whatever you
Yep.
want, utilizing that as your
Yep.
building blocks.
Yep. So like, if I wanted to tell her to move her front feet, I can tell her to move her front feet.
Right.
If I want to tell her to use her hind feet, tell her to use her hind feet. If I want her to back up, tell her to back up. Tell her to go. She's less likely to want to do. Good. So this I call a drive-by. I don't like this. Out. Good.
Drive by, she's gone into your space unasked.
And usually when you begin a circle. And they kind of do that as expressing their opinion about your asking them to do that.
So what did she do that was offensive to you?
I shall probably do it again, so I'll show you.
Okay.
So when I asked her to go out on the circle, instead of turning and going, she came at me like she wanted to bump me with her shoulder.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so it's her way of expressing her opinion of what she's being asked, but she's whatever, you know. And then once she got out there, you saw her expression changed, because now she's learning that if her expression changes, I might stop her.
She's a mean girl in high school. A little bit.
Yeah, yep. She's the one that's going to bump you into your locker when she walks by you.
Oh, she's a biatch.
Back. Good. So watch, she'll probably do it again. I'm going to help her by giving her enough direction with her nose. Maybe she won't. Yep, good. Yep, you're right. If you do that, that's great. Yep. Oh, good girl. So actually, I would reward that. And she was licking and chewing when she left.
Ah, nice.
So it's weird that you wouldn't think they would recognize the rewards, but every time I tell her to stop, she's being rewarded. And she knows that because she doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So if I reward all the good things, she'll start to want to do the good things more. And then you just drag it out a little bit until, you know, they're doing it more consistently. But you want them to keep hoping that you're going to stop, because look pretty face on my face, you know, and then they'll do it more and for longer. So I'm going to ask her to back up again. Back. Good. Ask her to go again. I'm going to help her with her nose, just because she seems to get it better when I tell her with her nose first. That was nicer. It was not as nice as the last time, but out. So I'm going to tell her to out, which means get away from me. Make the circle bigger. Good. Out. Good. Nope. I didn't tell you to stop. You're okay. Yep. Good. Nice face. Yep. Good. Nice face. Good girl. I have a lot of horses I've changed from pissy faces to nice faces. I won't feed a horse until they give me their ears, and I just say nice, and then they put their ears forward. I've got a couple that are in training right now that just moved in. But I won't feed a horse that pins their ears at me when I'm bringing their food.
Yeah.
Back. Good girl, there you go. So now see if she'll get the out. Good girl. Out, but not done yet. Nice face, yep. Nice face, good girl. Try a little harder.
Look at that.
Nice face, good girl. Nice face, good girl. Good girl. You got itch? Okay, hold on. Right there.
Good. This one definitely likes itchy spot. Oh!
She was scratching me back. I actually found the spot she wanted. See her nose? I found the spot she wanted. She was just They're very selfless, but she doesn't know how to scratch with just her nose. So I didn't by that.
Okay,
That wasn't meant mean.
okay. She was telling you where it is.
She asked me, she showed me where the itch was.
She showed you?
Yeah, so when I went to do it, she's like, yeah, that's it.
Oh, got it. I just noticed that her stripe actually looks like one of those sticks that has sugar on the end, like candy.
Uh-huh.
That's what it looks like at the end there, at the top of her, the sugar stick. What is this, Susie?
You could do stuff with her pretty quickly,
Yeah,
and it would be to her benefit too. Like, I could probably, I didn't ask her to go the other way, but I could probably get her to do a figure eight around cones without me moving my feet, like in 5 minutes, because she wants to learn how to do something.
yeah, she's bored. She's definitely been very bored.
And this doesn't excite her either because it has like remnants of something else.
Need more cones?
Nope, this is good. What am I going to do, huh? First, you have to back through there. Back, 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 back. So we'll go the way she knows already. No, I don't want you to put your foot on it. You're right. There you go. Good. Don't give me my space. Listen. Yep, there you go. Back, 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 back. Nope, one more, back. Good. Listen, can you go that way? You're right. Good. Yep, you're right. Good girl. Nope. There you go. Good girl. Yeah, something interesting, huh?
So is this considered a puzzle?
Yep. Nope. Good girl. Yeah. Yep, you're right. There you go. Good girl. Yep, you're right. Yep, there you go. Good girl. Yep, you're right. Yep. Good girl. No. Yep. Good girl. Listen. Yep. There you go. There you go. Good girl. I know. You're right. Here. No. Okay. Listen. Okay. Yep. Nope. Yep. Go. Yep. Go. Yep. There you go. Good girl. Now, I'm going to comment on a couple things. One, she's going to ask me a question by putting both her ears forward. Good. Here. Good. She hesitated that last time she went through there, but it wasn't a defiant hesitation. It was an asking hesitation. She actually was trying, and in her trying, she was like, "Are you sure?" There was not confidence in her feet, but she wasn't trying to be bad, and that's what we often forget, is that they do actually have a brain that's functioning and trying to ask questions and trying to figure out what we want from them. And a lot of time we just assume they know, and we jump on them for it and not give them the same courtesy you would give your own children. But she wanted to do that. If you saw her expression changed while she was doing that, I mean, she still did her flicks and stuff, but they were up much more than they were back.
There were moments where she was actually happy doing that.
Yep.
You can see, there's a shift, and all of a sudden she's like, ooh.
This is different, yeah.
Yeah, she's tired. She's like, oh my God. That was a lot.
But like, I always tell people I won't hold a horse back. Like, you know, the other horse, I'm sorry, I'll have to figure out her name. Shanti. She wasn't ready to throw a puzzle at her, you know. Her brain's a little too busy, and her brain's a little too, there's a word I'm thinking of, but it's not coming to my...
Fixated.
No. Like stale, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Like, she's too checked out. So for her, when she gets it, you want to do something with it right away. The other one was more like, I need more work on this, where she's like, okay, I sort of get it, give me something to do with it, give me a reason.
Disinterested.
Yes.
Yeah, this one, yeah?
Well, she became very interested.
No, but like that was the word, I'm thinking maybe, like it's a little bit disconnected, or?
Yeah, like idle. Her brain's idle right now. Like she doesn't really believe that there's something interesting to have happen. So like her wanting to look at that again, and I'm gonna actually give her the direction. And allow her to go look at it. Because she asked. And it's hearing her more often is going to help your relationship with her. Because like she asked for a couple different things already in this session. And each one I said, I heard you. And she's like, okay. The first time when she actually, I like that. I like playful. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes over there and tries to kick it again like she did, you know, with her front foot. Good girl. These are the ones I like to untangle.
That's right. The box is full.
And I bet you she's probably a pretty cool horse inside of the shell that she's built around herself.
Morgan likes her, and I like her too. She's a lovely mover. She does a weird thing throwing her head up when we first start riding her that we're not quite. Can we throw a saddle on her and show you? Or you gotta go? Or you want to leave this as enough, and then maybe next week we'll show you. But once we get on her, the first few strides, she throws her head up.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that because my poor husband's still sitting out in the car.
Yeah, he's frozen out there. So we'll do that next time, but it'd be good to get to, we want to get to the bottom of why she's doing it. I don't think it's physical. We've gotten her adjusted and.
She does it when she lunges at first, too.
Okay. It could be protest. It could be something as simple as an opinion, because she offered her opinion a few times when I've asked her to do things, and they were strictly opinions.
Protest, it's definitely protest.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely has, she wants to be heard, and she doesn't know any other way to do it but to protest.
She's happy. She's like, could this be a good life? Might this be fun? She's got the
Yeah?
Yeah, gorgeous, like stunning, capturing their essence.
Well, you'll have to have pictures taken of Hunter and Matthias for sure.
Oh, yes, we absolutely will. So fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you have to start slow, but once
People that are doing cool stuff, then you can do it's endless. You can do it.
You do anything, yeah. And it makes it better for everybody. Them, us, everybody that comes around them. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you'll go and you'll do a session with somebody and they'll be like, really? That's all we're doing?
No, this is amazing. I can see, and you see it happen, and you see it click for the horse, and you see them get happy, and then it's safer. It's all safe for you too, you know.
Do you know when to end the session?
Either too much protest or too much disconnect.